Yo, what is going on, Gamehouse? I am Germ here. Today we're going to be going over a recent article that was put out by Riot, this quick gameplay thoughts 9-1. Obviously, I'm recording this on September 5th, so this was a couple days ago, but I still think it's relevant. It was just 4 days ago. And what they talk about in this one is two very controversial, very infamous characters in League of Legends as of recently, or really most of their entire lives as characters. This is Zeri and Yuumi, because so many people have questions, so many people have complaints, so many people are demanding answers of what is the point of these characters, what is the direction of these characters going forward, how are they ever going to be balanced, how are they ever going to get into a state where they are playable without being insanely broken or insanely annoying or insanely frustrating to play against. What the heck is Riot thinking? When are they deleting Zeri? When are they deleting Yuumi? All that stuff. And it's getting a little bit kind of played out at this point. Everyone talking about Zeri, everyone talking about Yuumi, but we're going to do it again because Riot has some things to say. So let's see, because this is literally called Balancing Zeri and Yuumi. So apparently they have some goals to get these two characters, these two champions, balanced. So let's hear them out. Let's hear what they have to say. So Riot Froxon, one of the lead gameplay designers, I'm pretty sure, he says, "Welcome to Quick Gameplay Thoughts. We want to let you know that OGTs will be going on hiatus, or QGTs will be going on hiatus for a while as we focus on preparing for Worlds in the upcoming preseason. We'll be using this break as an opportunity to reboot the series and focus on more relevant gameplay topics that are important to players. Thanks for reading. We'll be back better than ever." So here we go. Today, we would like to share our thoughts on two pretty controversial champions. Definitely one way to put it, probably even an understatement, Zeri and Yuumi. Both of these champions are difficult to balance because of four values that often contradict one another. And this is, them even admitting right off the bat, yes, these champions are difficult to balance. This is something they have absolutely struggled with. That's not hard to tell. We all know that. But it is interesting that they are admitting that as well, because, yes, they are certainly problematic champions in one way or another. So the four values that they believe are often contradicting themselves with these two champions that are making them hard to balance are perceptions of fairness and counterplay. I agree. Both of these champions at times feel very unfair to play against and definitely lack some counterplay, or at least have the perception of lacking counterplay. Champion is exciting to play and has high moments, and yes, they absolutely are exciting to play and have high moments. I believe that is much more so true for Zeri than Yuumi. Yuumi is funny. She's interesting, getting on a hyper carry and having them absolutely carry the game or whatever. Obviously winning is fun, and being that support for somebody else to become that unstoppable, unkillable champion, whatever, that 1v9s. That's kind of interesting, but is that Yuumi having the high moment? I haven't played a ton of Yuumi, but when you're buffing somebody up and they're getting a pentakill, is that an exciting and high moment for you? I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends kind of what your idea of that is, but I think for most people, the high moments are actually making some plays themselves or having some of those high moments. Yeah, Yuumi has some opportunities for cool ults or saving people or whatever. But for Zeri, yeah, it's definitely there. You have a Lux ult on your regular ability. You can freaking jump over walls. You are the best pentakilling champion in the game. You are flying around the map. Sometimes people just can't catch up to you. You can kite them very easily and crazily, even when you're about to die. When you put these two characters together, it's all of these problems are amplified. So I don't know. I do agree with the exciting to play and high moments for Zeri more so than Yuumi, but I can see it for Yuumi too. Obviously, their performance in elite and pro play and their performance in average play. So Zeri has some amazing high moments, whether you're kiting out your opponents to secure a pentakill or surprising them by coming in over a wall with a massive W to secure a double kill. Zeri can be an incredibly fun champion. And I guess that's one of my main issues with Zeri, is that not just that she has high moments, not that she has crazy potential or that she's exciting or whatever, because you need that in the game. If you don't have exciting champions, if you don't have fun champions that are a little bit frustrating to play against, that might be a little bit unfair, then the game's not going to be that exciting, especially to more casual players or to newer players. Yeah, the hardcore League of Legends grinders, they're going to be there no matter what. But to get new people into your game, or to get people to come back to your game, or to get people to come try something out, there has to be something fun. There has to be something worth playing. There has to be something worth trying. And for a lot of people, yeah, getting some crazy Zeri pentakill or jumping over the wall and killing the whole team, that might get you to play. That might get you to try. And if you do that, you might have so much fun that you keep coming back and keep playing and keep trying to, relive that moment or whatever. But definitely one of my issues for Zeri is that she can do all of that. She's so fast. She breaks the movement speed rules of the game in a lot of ways, by being able to kite out people in insane ways. She breaks the movement rules of the game by being able to jump over walls and come at angles and get out at angles that most other champions can't. She also has that Lux ult on a basic ability, which is just crazy, and then also has the AoE damage and kind of pentakill angle as well. So like, I really think if Zeri had one of these, maybe two of these, that she would still have those high highs. She'd still probably be very good, very strong. But when you put it all together, all into one champion, does she need to have all of that? Does she need to be the fastest champion in the game and to be able to jump over walls and have the AoE pop off pentakill potential and have the Lux ult on one of her basic abilities? I don't know. To me, there's really like four different frustrating things for Zeri. And they do say in this article that every champion needs to have exciting high moments or else they risk feeling boring to players and don't end up getting playtime. Having said that, high moments often conflict with an opponent's perception of fairness because flashy and cool moments for one player can often feel frustrating to their opponents. Very fair. Using Zeri as an example, she has 3 awesome moments: infinitely scaling mobility from R, W poke, and setup/large map mobility movements with her E. However, when these are combined and optimized, we do not feel that they offer her opponents sufficient counterplay opportunities. I agree. That's pretty much the same stuff I was saying. Of these, her W tends to be stronger for average players, albeit frustrating when too powerful, while hyper-optimizing R and map mobility is stronger for elite players. So that's another problem. It's like if you buff up one of these for Zeri and nerf the other, then she's going to be way OP in pro play or way OP in average play and weaker in the others. So that also makes it difficult to balance too, especially when you have a lot of different aspects for one champion in their kit. That can be a difficult balancing act, which is why Riot has had so much issue with this champion so far. Long-term, reducing her ability to go infinite in teamfights while maintaining her ability to make plays around the map is where we're looking to optimize her. So that is Riot's plan going forward for Zeri. Who knows how, if, and when they're going to be able to do that. This will take time to explore and implement. So for now, we're taking her out of the limelight until we can land on a healthy and sustainable direction. So that's why you see Zeri with like a freaking 42% win rate or whatever right now in solo queue. Sounds like that was Riot's goal, and it sounds like we might not be seeing much of Zeri for some time. Looking at Yuumi, she's been very synergistic with Zeri, Twitch, and Sivir. She's definitely synergistic with a heck of a lot more champions than that as well. And we've had to nerf her as a result. We wanted to tap down some of her multiplicative, team-focused outputs from her E and have her success be more dependent on taking aggressive action, like poking with her Q. Long-term, we think Yuumi's laning phase performance should be more important to her success. Reducing her strength on fighters in favor of marksmen and reducing her coordination burden will put Yuumi in a better state long-term while retaining the aspects of Yuumi that her players care about. So I definitely think she should be stronger on marksmen than fighters. That just makes sense. She's a support, but also those fighters, a lot of them, their weakness is like mobility and stuff, and if you're able to buff them up, give them insane mobility all of a sudden, then they don't have a weakness. Also, I don't know, having her be more dependent on taking aggressive action like poking with Q, yeah, that sounds good, but who wants to have a Yuumi doing 40k damage per game inside of people, not being able to kill her, not being able to punish her? That's pretty annoying too. That's like the artillery version of Yuumi. That's just as frustrating, can be just as frustrating as the, super buffed up Yuumi buffing up a hyper carry version of Yuumi. Like, both the options are very, very toxic. So I don't necessarily agree with them on that either. Because if you just have a champion that's free spitting out damage, yes, there are champions like that. There's poke champions. There's even enchanters that are really, really annoying. You have an option to kill, like a Xerath. You have an option to kill a Janna, a Soraka, or whatever. You can focus them down. You can CC them. Yuumi inside of somebody, you can't. If she's just putting out a ton of insane damage with her Q or with her R or whatever, it's hard to punish. That feels bad too. That feels frustrating that she is untargetable. Hopefully, this helps give some more context to the changes you saw in patch 12.16 for these two champions. While we're busy getting ready for Worlds right now, we want to assure you that we will be working on ways to deliver the gameplay fantasy Zeri and Yuumi players have come to know and love. As always, thank you for playing and see you on the Rift. And that was from Riot Froxon. So, I don't know. It sounds like Zeri and Yuumi both are maybe going to get put in the gutter for a little while. I know Yuumi very recently got nerfed and then instantly got buffed back up. I know Zeri's pretty terrible right now in a lot of ways, but we'll have to see what the future has in store for both these champions. Sounds like Riot wants to get them both balanced, but I don't really think they have a clear direction for just how they're going to balance either one of these characters at this point in time. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm sure there's going to be some more toxic, not very fun to play against iterations that come out of these champions, but I hope at some point in time we can finally get these guys balanced, because we know Riot doesn't like to remove champions. Riot's not going to rework them. They're way too new, so they're going to have to get this figured out. I don't know. In some ways, it doesn't really matter, because even when the community's frustrated, they're still going to play, and you can always just ban it out or whatever. But at the same time, you want the game to feel fair. If you're putting all your time and some people money and all this time into the game, you want to get a fun experience for everybody. But I don't know. Pretty much over this video today, guys. Let me drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys think about anything we talked about in this video today. Subscribe to stay up to date on all the Game House's latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.